Well, hello, judges and viewers. I'm Evelyn Stevens, co founder at Helios Loupes, and this is Amit Kumar, founder at Helios Loupes. Like most dental professionals and students, he relies on his dental loops for 8 hours every single day. Dental loops are glasses with a built in magnification and a headlight. So, what's the problem? Most loops have quality issues ranging from wires that snag, uncomfortable frames that need adjustment all the time, lights that turn off during procedures. But despite all of this, they are necessary to maintain um, a quality of care, efficiency, and prevent back pain. So, being frustrated and feeling stuck, 11 weeks ago, Dr. Amit and I set out to discover how other dental professionals felt about their loops. And here's what they said: 85% of dental professionals use dental loops, but 95% of them are unhappy with their current experience. The main issues included unreliable wired headlights, an uncomfortable frame, and a bad purchasing experience. Dental professionals in the age group of 20 to 30 were 4 times more likely to actually use wireless headlights and choose a startup company to purchase from as compared to users over the age of 40. The average dental professional spends $2,500 on a set of loops and lights by graduation day. With over 26,000 dental graduates annually, that's a market potential of $65 million and $100 million from practicing dentists. Let's have a look at our competition. So the current industry leaders are Oroscoptic, Surgitel, and Lumident. They hold 90% of the market share, and the rest is distributed between newer players like Innova and Eclipse. Across the board, wired headlights remain the most popular option, but we've identified that 80% of users found the wired headlights inconvenient and would switch to a wireless headlight if they promised a comparable or longer battery life. The average pair of loops costs $500 to manufacture, but carries a 500% markup. So the way industry leaders differentiate themselves is by how they establish their customer relationships. They use word of mouth, referral programs, and very proactive sales reps. So enter Helios Loupes, the product of our 11-week discovery. Helios Loupes aims to disrupt the dental loop and light head market with a unique student-centric customer experience, customizable products, and a focus on thoughtful design and quality. Helios will partner with opticians to achieve an expert-guided fitting and buying experience, along with an exchange and upgrade program that will expose our target market to the Helios products. Our thoughtful design is also informed by our customer discovery to create a more comfortable pair of dental loops. Our customizable options will allow dentists or clinicians to personalize their loops. With a high brand loyalty among dental professionals, we will introduce ourselves at two pivotal points. One, when they purchase their first pair of dental loops, and two, when they graduate. A lot of D1 students rely on their seniors or D4 students for that purchasing decision, for that decision to make, for that decision to purchase their loops. And they also rely on other news outlets like social media, blog posts, and podcasts. We aim to have strategic partnerships with all those outlets to garner awareness for our products and achieve top of the mind recognition as an alternative brand. So currently, we are in the early stages of prototyping our product, and we are continuing customer discovery. We have also formed Helios Loupes LLC, and we aim to use any funds we earn towards product R&D, developing our strategic partnerships, and establishing an online presence. We have a long way to go, but we're committed to making sure our customers never have to settle for their dad's loops again. Thank you.
Excellent. Any questions?
Well, thanks for your presentation. It was really well done, and I feel like it made a lot of sense. What's the price point on your proposed product versus the other competitors?
So we don't want to cut costs per se. The competitors' products. So the average dental student or clinician spends anywhere between $1,500 to $2,500 on their first or second set of dental loops, including a headlight. So we put a markup of about 500% there. So the average manufacturing cost ranges from $500 to $700. So that leaves about a $1,200 to $1,500 margin for us to work within. And I think that a lot of those funds can be utilized a bit better in the quality of our dental loops. So a lot of that will be used to provide users with dental loops that are a little bit more suitable for their working environment. So we want to use more innovative materials like memory frame titanium, which we didn't have a lot of chance to go into all the features over here. But we want to create more comfortable dental loops, and that requires a multi-pronged approach. So we're looking at different types of silicone nose pads, customizable nose parts as well. And then the frames that we're looking at actually bend all the way and provide a lot more form fit to the person's head, basically. So we're trying to keep our price point about the same as where the current market is at. But we're trying to include some improvements there that make it a little bit more worth it, I think, and will allow the students to get a lot more usage out of the loops than their current pairs. The current pair usually lasts the student 4 to 5 years.
Is that regular glass lens around the magnifying lens in the middle?
Yes, sir. So most dental companies use the stock frame and the stock lens from Luxottica. It could be anyone from Ray-Ban to Oakley lenses that they use. And what we found from our customer discovery is that flexible actual titanium metal and flexible arms allow a more customizable fit because they can bend them themselves. However, we don't really want our users bending and having to worry about breaking their loops in the process of trying to customize and make them fit better. So we wanted to stick to flexible arms overall, which means we may not have to go with a stock Luxottica-based company. So we're looking into startups right now that provide different types of materials, 360-degree hinges, etc., to find something that's a little bit suitable and fits our value proposition a little better.
Do you have any patentable aspects of it?
Not currently, no. If we're able to get the light advancement, this is one of the main pain points we're trying to solve, is increasing the longevity of wireless lights in particular. The average wired light lasts on average 24 to 48 hours, which allows a dental clinician multiple days of usage. And the wireless lights currently available on the market work for anywhere from 4 to 8 hours, which doesn't really get the average clinician through their workday. So the most likely area for patenting would be in the area of the light section, if we can find something that can last a little bit longer, which is where we're looking into battery technology currently to see where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
So are you looking into rechargeable systems or just a product with a built-in battery that you just have to buy the whole thing again?
The current wireless systems do include rechargeable batteries. However, the user is provided with 2 batteries because they don't usually get them through the day, which means there's multiple recharges happening per day, which is something we're trying to avoid. At maximum, we'd want to have them charge our product overnight or once a day. And we were looking into maybe even having the recharging technology within the loops themselves. So they can just place the loops in the corner and it'll automatically charge overnight on a charging pad type of thing. But we wanted to make sure that whatever features we include were not just bells and whistles. I mean, there's a lot of improvements we could look at all day, and there's a lot of technology coming out as well. But we have to make sure that we're putting our money into the right places and solving these pain points these customers are actually having, compared to we want brighter lights and features that they may never even use, which is where the market looks like it's heading currently.
Sure. So I have a question about your forecasting for your revenue. At what point do you believe that you might break even or turn a profit for your company?
Sure. So an important factor to consider in this is the fact that the brand loyalty is built throughout dental school. So when the current D1 student becomes a D4 student, which is in 3 years, they will be in a better position to refer back to the D1s. they actually have meetings between the final year dental students and the first year students where they get to try on their loupes and talk about them. And so they really do guide the new students as they come in. So I would average on at least by the three-year mark. Our first 3 years would be important to getting our brand established, getting into the market, and establishing a solid footing. And then after about the third year, we'll be able to see where we're at and if this is something that they're recommending. And like I said, a first impression is really big between dental students. It's either make it or break it. So if we cheap out on quality in the beginning and if we don't approach it the right way, then we might fall short. But if we plan properly and make sure we have a product that's ready to go by the time we're out there, then we have something that our students will really love, and then they'll cherish us, and we'll have them as customers throughout their whole career after that, through dental school and beyond.
I had a question about, I saw that one of the points that you underlined in the presentation is customization, no?
Yes.
But when is customization done? I mean, even because, I think one of the most important things is, when you have a pair of eyeglasses, they have to wear comfortable, even if you wear it, all day. And we also know that those of us who, had eyeglasses, after a week, taking them off, leaving them, you're not very attentive. And
It's true. So our business model is slightly different. The current market sends representatives out to each and every state and dental school currently to get their eyeglasses fitted, to get their loupes fitted. So currently the loupes fitting process is customizable. It's not off the shelf. It's not a one size fits all dental loupes. So we decided that, and the representative that these companies are sending out, hopefully, are usually opticians themselves. And they come to you and they take those measurements. So we decided to let the experts handle it. And if we can partner with opticians, this would, number one, not have us have to send representatives out to each and every state, and they can go to somebody they're comfortable with to take their measurements and fittings. So that's where the first part of customization would start, is by accurate measurements being taken at the optician's office. And then we'd be looking to put a couple samples in the optician's office as well. So right there, they can choose which color they'd like. And then we're looking at keeping it minimal options, but we noticed that one of the large problems was the size of the face shape. So if their face shape is very narrow, then a lot of times the frames will stick out over the edges. And the other times is because of the high bridge of the nose, where the nose pads can cause sores over time where they don't fit properly, especially with the mask being underneath them. So we're trying to inbuilt some customizability into our product by way of features, so that maybe for some, like for example, when you buy a pair of headphones and they give you different sizes of earpieces with them, we may be able to have an adjustable or different size nose pieces that allow us to help it fit the individual a little bit better. And then the third part of customizability would be the flexible arms as well. And depending on what type of technology we can implement in there, we're looking at memory frame titanium, which will allow it to keep going back to its original shape. So those three aspects of customizability we're currently looking at. And and the fourth one is also the replaceable magnification. I think that comes under customizability. So currently dental loupes range anywhere from 2.5x, 3.5x, all the way up to 5.5, maxing out. But an important feature for dental students is that a lot of them are guided to use 2.5x loupes when they first start, and then they're given the option to upgrade later on if they want to, which some students choose to do. Some students upgrade right off at the beginning. So by employing a modular system, we can have replaceable magnification lenses within them, so that when the student is ready to upgrade, it's not a matter of changing their whole loupes out, which they're hopefully still happy with. They can just screw off those lenses and either do a trade-in program or just purchase the upgrade part separately.
thank you.
There's a question in the chat. Outside of patents, what other strategic differentiators will keep the existing players or competitors from copying your features?
So currently the market, we're capitalizing on the fact that the big players in the market right now are pretty lazy. Between Surgitel, Lumiden, and Oroscoptic, if we go to their websites, and we had a slide for that as well, unfortunately we couldn't fit it in, all of their websites and their marketing strategies are very similar. So we're differentiating ourselves not only by way of our product, but in our approach to our customers. A lot of them try a one-size-fits-all type of approach where they just throw everything at the barrel. They include every feature out there, and they want a product ranging from 2.5, for the consumer who doesn't want to spend very much, all the way to very high-range products. But by focusing on our target audience, which is dental students, we're trying to appeal to them a little bit more. We want to disrupt the industry a little bit, differentiate ourselves as a startup over here that cares about them. Mm-hmm. We don't want to have them, for example, current dental loupes are sent back an average of 2 or 3 times for refitting before they achieve a final result that the customer is happy with. So we want to try to get it right from the beginning and employ social media, influencer marketing, and approach our dental students where they're comfortable at. And these involve small things like showing up on time for the dental loop fairs, which a lot of them won't do, being available after they purchase their first set of loupes. So it was our overall approach and brand that'll differentiate from our competitors more than just focusing on the product.
Thanks.
Like we're looking at employing an exchange program as well when a dental student leaves final year, 4th year. If they have a different company that they're with already, we're happy to take those loupes off of them and exchange them for a pair of our loupes to carry them through their career and beyond. Because currently the way the larger players work is that even though they give you a pair of dental loupes whenever you first purchase them, they give you an agreement that before you leave dental school, they will refurbish these loupes for you at no charge right before you leave, which continues to build brand loyalty as they're leaving dental school. So if we can intercept them at that D4 stage as well, that'll definitely help us get into the market. But by focusing on the D1s and D4 simultaneously, that's what makes our approach a little bit different. And then we're partnering with opticians as well.
There's another question in the chat. I don't know if you saw that one. You have a list of potential dental schools that may partner with you, and how have you been building those relationships?
So currently the 11 weeks we've been focusing on the customer discovery at the University of Iowa. And we were establishing a product that we wanted to confirm that we had a viable product over here that was able to be brought to market before trying to partner. Our next steps are going to be partnering with opticians in each of those dental universities. And then we would like to find out about the dental loop fairs when they're being held. And currently a lot of different companies are invited for those anyway. So I think it's just a matter of getting on their list and getting our name out there. And there are other venues as well. Evelyn, being in branding and marketing, we're trying to set up we're setting up a landing page currently, right, so that we can start building a funnel, and then we can start advertising through word of mouth and social media influencing as well.
Nice. Any other questions?
Yeah, I did have a question for you guys. Great presentation, and I appreciate your desire to disrupt what probably is a pretty boring product line overall. And I'm sure that will resonate with people. I'm curious about, the possibility for this product to expand beyond, the market of dentists, for example. Have you thought about, or have you noticed any potential for a broader market?
Yes, you are absolutely correct. We initially actually were just looking at the dental loop light because that was a main frustration point of mine, as it kept falling off and turning off. However, while going through our customer discovery, we found that a lot of the students just wanted to talk about their loupes, and they said, can I only talk about my lights, or can I talk about, so I was definitely leaving the conversation open. And along the way, we decided that, a loop and light combination would definitely be a better way to go, because these two are, I would say 95% of the time, purchased as a package. However, Evelyn, would you like to?
Sure. We have identified that other than just dentists, we have hygienists. About 82% of dental hygienists also use loupes when they're doing cleanings or other procedures. We're also maybe looking into other industries that might need that extra magnification, say a car mechanic, or someone who needs to work on
jewelry
or surgery, or just anything that needs that magnification and light. So while we started with dental loupes and lights, of course, as dentistry, because Amit's a dentist, but we're very open to expanding and, making sure that if there are other customers that have those similar pain points or can use our products, we'd be open to marketing to them as well.
Currently, we're trying to ride the dental wave because dental loupes, I would say they've only been in fashion for the last decade or so. Before that, it was totally optional for dental students and even for dental professionals to use them. But as more and more patients are seeing their dentists wearing loupes, they're starting to catch on as well. And I would say it's more or less become mandatory now. By the time you enter dental school, or if not within at least the first 6 months to get a pair. So we're just trying to capture that market initially, but definitely in the future, we are open to including other market sectors as well. We just don't want to seem like a company that, doesn't know where they're headed currently. We do have a very clear target audience right now. And I think it would, at the expense of gaining other potential customers, we might lose out on this really large customer base currently.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it sounds like maybe the focus is on finding that like really sweet spot technology around, the light that can last longer, the battery that doesn't have to be
Right.
recharged as much. Because if you see that as the product that's going to expand, then yeah, it sounds like you probably would zero in on that, which it sounds like that's what you're doing.
Agreed. And there's a lot of unique features that dentists need in their loop specifically right now. So we're just trying to cater to their market first before expanding, so we don't bite off more than we can chew.
That sounds very smart. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. We are coming up on the bottom of the hour, so I'm going to ask our traditional final question here at 1MC Iowa City. What can we as the community do to help you?
We are currently looking to partner with manufacturers. We're trying to find opticians as well, and definitely trying to find a suitable source for replaceable magnification lenses because they're an important part of our product. So currently at this early stage of trying to prototype and putting our best foot forward, we would definitely want help in trying to find adequate manufacturers and sourcing the right components so that we can bring our product to market.
Excellent. And then you have a slide with your contact info, or you want to plug that into the chat?
Sure, we will type that in the chat.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you.